Hello and welcome to Math 251, Calculus 1 here at Cañada College. My name is Lapuz and I'm the instructor for this course. In this video, we were going to take a look at an overview of Chapter 1. In this chapter, we're going to review functions. Functions are these things that you've studied before. You've studied, manipulated, and done different things to functions. So now we're going to review these function manipulations, definitions, etc. We're going to first take a look at the basics of functions. The definition, the input-output, also known as the domain and the range, and different representations of functions, numerically in tables, graphically, and symbolically or algebraically. Then we're going to take a look at some basic classes of functions. Linear function is our first very important function that we're going to study. Then we're going to study power functions. And after that, we're going to study roots and square roots, cube roots, those types of functions. All these functions are called algebraic functions. We're also going to take a peek at the absolute value function. After taking a look at some of these basic functions, we're going to take a look at trigonometric functions. We're going to define trigonometric functions using the unit circle. We'll start off with the sine and the cosine functions, and then we'll grow from there, finding its ratios like the tangent, the cosecant, the secant, and the cotangent functions. These fall into a family called transcendental functions. After studying some trig, we're going to take a look at inverse functions. So generally, inverse functions are when we switch the domain and the ranges of the functions. So our first set of inverse functions will be the power functions and the root functions. Like the squaring function is the inverse of the square root function. We're also going to take a look at the inverse trigonometric functions. So we have the sine function, and the sine inverse will be its inverse function. After this, our last set of functions that we're going to study are called logs and exponents. The exponential functions are power, or not power functions, but the base is a constant and the variable is in the exponent. So these are exponential functions. And then we're going to study these logarithmic functions, which are the inverse of the exponential functions. And then we're going to also get to know the very special number e. And we'll see why this is such a special number in calculus when we start taking a look at derivatives. For now, these are the families of functions. It would be good to set up kind of like a library of functions so that you can have these collections of functions. And hopefully these functions are just reminders because you've studied them before. And now we will get a deeper look at them and be able to apply them to calculus. All right, that's Chapter 1. Good luck.